Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. 39% drop in trust of this in just the last 5 years. The fact that makes your brain go. Before we get there, Kenzie guessed trust in your partner. Mm-hmm. And Allie checked in, one of our crew members, to remind me that Megan was on Bumble a few years ago. We've been together for 7.5. Now, she went on Bumble, to remind everybody listening, for the Bumble BFF function where you can meet a friend, because she moved to from Philadelphia with no friends here. And she's met a couple great friends, Melinda and Jillian. These people hangs out with all the time. I even dropped her off on the Bumble BFF dates, so-called date, with the possible friend. So
God, it sounds like you guys were trying to have a threesome.
Are you familiar with the term menage a trois?
What did Ja Rule say?
Menage!
Brian's like, want a Bumble?
It's amazing, people, the lack of trust in my wife people have, saying, sure, she was just on the BFF section. All you got to do is click one toggle and you're on the regular section.
Every once in a while, that thing toggles accidentally.
Oh, boy.
Stupid little switch.
And then Case said expiration dates, the lack in trust in expiration dates, which led us on a path to I don't trust broccoli. On that text line, interesting the amount that said lack of trust or fall in trust in Chicago sports teams.
That's fair.
39% in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
I think
that
it's
tracks.
probably lower than that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it even got that much worse, I think, 39% worse. Very fair. It's not any of those things. It's not what you guys said. The 39% drop in trust in the last 5 years in online reviews. That has dropped 39% in the last 5 years. And I don't know if you can remember back in the day, way back when reviews were first out there. It was wonderful.
Yes.
To do a Google and go like, I want to see if somebody else liked this product or service. And then people would give these long, nice things about it and the star rating and really detailed. Mm-hmm. I don't trust any of them anymore either, because you can go through and see now just as many ones as fives, and I've heard that companies will pay people to put positive reviews up. I've heard that.
Oh, they absolutely do. And every once in a while, you can tell, like, if you go on Amazon's really guilty of this, like products on Amazon. And it's a total copy and paste. Like, love it so much. It's so, love it so much. Things are spelled wrong. It's so comfy. Best product ever. And like 800 of the views are typed exactly like that.
Yeah.
So like, well, these are a bunch of bots.
Yeah.
So then you have to like filter down till you can tell like one was genuine with a picture or whatever. But you can't just look at a review and go, okay, that's for sure. I've gotten offers to write reviews for products that I don't have.
I thought of that as a side hustle when I learned that was a paid gig.
Side hustle.
To sit there all day and just write positive reviews about things I don't like or have never tried. Why not? But I don't want.
Because it's deceptive to the people, Brian.
I know. I don't want to be part of the problem. But I just wish. Why can't we all agree today, as a matter of fact, as a society?
Okay, here we go.
To be honest in reviews, going forward, because it's so helpful when you don't know you're going to get something and then you read it and go, oh, that's not so good, or oh, everybody liked it. Why can't we just agree to be honest?
Or damn, sometimes there's actually just product guidelines. Like, just so you know, you should size up. This thing is small as hell. Like,
Correct.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
It's small as hell, but you take it, maybe you buy it, it works for you. It just didn't work for me. Something like honest. Can we agree to be honest today? Just start right now.
Can we all just get along?
For example, I bought this this princess dress for my niece, but it was Ariel, so it had like a fishtail on it. And one of the recommendations was don't buy their actual size. Buy like a size smaller because you don't want these damn fins dragging everywhere. My daughter almost broke her neck. And I did. I bought it a size smaller, so the fins stick out around the ankle area.
Oh.
And it's perfect. She hasn't died.
Did the reviewer actually say that?
Yes.
Buy the damn, what'd you say again?
Buy the damn dress one size smaller so your daughter doesn't break her neck.
Doesn't break her neck, dragging these fins everywhere.
Dragging these damn fins everywhere. I got fins all over the house.
Damn fins? Yeah.
Get your fins off the floor.
I mean, just be honest. But the problem is we all have to agree, because there's going to be one scumbag that's going to make $5 for a positive review if listening right now, and then it ruins the whole thing.
Well, not to be this person, but AI is making it worse because they're having like all these bots write reviews.
Oh, can't AI be honest?
I know.
Isn't there an honest toggle on AI?
Love if AI is like, honestly, never tried this product. I can't write a review. I would love that.
AI is going like, not today.
Yeah.
Just that'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I can't review something I haven't tried. Like, why can't it be hardwired to be a better version of humans? Like the most honest thing ever.
Trying to get to the real answers here and trying to solve society this morning at 6:34. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q11 with a fact that makes your brain go. And I'm with those people. 39% drop in just the last 5 years of online reviews. Sucks. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So about 6 minutes till 8 o'clock, we will have those tickets for 9 Inch Nails. The first one's for you before you can buy them. Of course, there's 2 shows now, and we'll have it for Ticket Puts Thursday, not too far off. Now, yesterday at this time, we talked about the brawl in Town Hall in Dolton Township, where Tiffany Henyard oversees that, and Dolton. Again, the piece of garbage madness about 2 months away. She was a number 1 overall seed last year, securing a number 1 overall seed early. I'm comfortable saying that right now.
She feels like one of those Christian Laettner Duke teams that's just going to have a lot of success. As long as she's in power, I think she's going to be a dominant force and piece of garbage madness.
A 5-year senior.
Yeah, she had a redshirt year.
Well, so people are going to have to step it up if they want to win. They better really become a huge piece of crap and fast.
We usually never talk about it this early. It's got to be compiled, and you guys make your recommendations, but I do feel comfortable saying she's a number 1 overall seed again.
I can't wait to get to it. It's one of my favorite things we did last year. So glad we brought it back. She won in dominant fashion, and unfortunately, I think she might do that again this year.
Can I say, can we do one thing differently? Because we know how we added a lot of things. I think each one of us has to put something on there that's not Tiffany, that's personal to us, that's a piece of garbage, and no, the other 2 can't veto it.
Oh, that's totally fair.
That's fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, but now don't go obvious. You know what I mean? Like, don't do Tiffany. Like, you have to a more personal, like, deep cut.
I don't want to get sidetracked there, but it sounds like you have something on your mind already to put in there.
It's going to be Case.
Okay, that's what I thought. Case is in. Done.
I want to do well, too. That's going to be a big tournament for me.
I'm guessing for you, Case is about a 6 seed at this point.
I hope
Big
so.
stuff.
All right.
I think it should be just a very specific personal moment for us.
Okay, the brawl in Town Hall last night. So in case you missed yesterday's show, and the audio's on the podcast, of course, but before last night's board meeting in Thornton Township saw the board approve several items, including accepting insurance on property and government vehicles, services that have been shuttered for months, even though during the lapse, the buses were spotted shuttling people to Henyard's big bingo event, a possible illegal charity event.
Not good.
Then yesterday, I believe, as far as we know, reports out of Dolton where those buses are working for people again, the constituents.
That's nice.
I think. I haven't gotten, no word has come out of Dolton since then. It's almost like in a zombie movie, The Walking Dead. Ever since the zombie started, there's no new news out of that area.
No, not
Like,
about the buses.
No one say anything. No moving.
And then in the meeting, of course, this happened Tuesday night. Things got really rough when Tiffany Henyard opponent, Jedediah Brown, ended his speech by hurling an insult at Henyard, which we still don't know what the word was. The insult.
What do you mean?
We have found that out. Do you want the word that he said?
Well, first let's play the audio and then tell me, please, the word. So here's what happened.
As Jedediah Brown finished his public comments directed to Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, he ended with this.
You gone.
And before Brown could get back to his seat, Henyard's allies, including her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, confronted Brown, and punches went flying. Several men joined the tussle where people threw punches and started kicking. Security guard tried separating the men. Witnesses say Henyard, who was in the front of the room with the Board of Trustees, ran towards that tussle. Her intentions unclear, but she did lose a shoe and was thrown to the ground.
CBS 2 with quality reporting on that. Her intentions unclear, but lost her shoe. There you go.
I mean, I felt like I knew what he said. Was I wrong?
Well, wait a minute. Was it? So it couldn't have been this, of course. It wasn't this.
You gone.
So the word is something we can say on the radio?
Well, there was a lot of speculation about what letter it began with. Was it a B? Was it a C?
Give me
was
a
it an
B.
M? Yeah, it's like Wheel of Fortune over here. I feel like Vanna White. It was indeed, and it's not a word that I say, but it was the B word.
Oh, I knew that. I was like, well, come on. Of
Well,
course.
wait a minute. He said that
Come
here.
on, man.
They made a big deal it was secret, but so they called him a B word?
He called her a B word.
No, the word is bleep, so
Yeah.
people were wondering if it was bitch.
You gone.
You got it, bitch. Of course, that's the only appropriate thing there.
All
Come
right.
on.
That's clear.
I mean, maybe some people were concerned because I could see the C word being a bit more offensive.
A bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
think
maybe people were like, what was that? Don't worry, it was bitch.
See, I think the C word is at a different level of offensiveness.
My mom gets so upset about the C word.
She should.
So upset.
She should. She's right, your mom.
Don't you feel like people use it more, though, now?
I haven't heard it.
It's because there's so many British people
I know,
here.
the Brits are taking over.
And they don't mind that word.
No, they love it.
I don't think I've heard it in a while.
Oh, really?
I call people it behind their backs, though. Like, I'm not, like, throwing it. I try not to fight people anymore since I was, like, 24-ish. So, I was like, I'm going to not do that. But, so now I'm just like, oh, she's a raging bitch.
Okay. So the statement from Jedediah Brown, who will go down in history books when Dolton is freed finally from Tiffany Henyard, he said, quote, she ran from behind the table with a microphone in her hand. She hit me with it while another one of her staff members was kicking me in the head. And I was defending myself against Kamal Woods, Henyard's boyfriend, and other individuals. Microphones, they're very heavy. They're not, listen, we have microphones in here. That's a tough weapon.
You get thudded in the head with a microphone, it hurts.
Yeah.
And it ricochets the sound.
I dropped a handheld microphone on my bare foot a few weeks ago, and it still hurts. I can't express, if you've never held a microphone, I can't express to you how top heavy they are.
We're not talking about those podcast microphones. We're talking about these real microphones, these radio microphones.
Town hall microphones.
So, by the way, those 9 Inch Nails tickets about 2 minutes away. Henyard's attorney told WGN-TV that she was shaken and scared after the incident. Interesting, when she ran with a microphone and her shoe into the fight. Supervisor Tiffany Henyard was verbally assaulted and her personal safety threatened. The supervisor suffered minor injuries when she instinctively rushed to the melee in an attempt to break it up. Henyard's attorney, Max Solomon, said in a statement on Wednesday.
We haven't seen Tiffany Henyard in public since this incident. The next time we see her, I so badly want her to be wearing a neck brace that she does not need.
Oh,
I
God.
want her to ham this up so badly.
She's out there
Of
with
course she will. What do you, like, this is not her first rodeo, baby.
walks in with Lerner and Rowe.
She is a victim.
Have you been injured in a melee?
She was attacked.
We have great attorneys that advertise on this radio station. When you hear their commercial, use them. So then there was a statement from the Village of Dolton Board trustees, who, for a change, had a comment.
Yeah, they didn't have a comment this time.
You know what I mean? Usually I don't have a comment.
But, sir, you're a trustee.
Is the comment, I don't even know her?
Case, what is that line from the original story? Is this the one where the trustee said that? Let's see.
In addition to leaving Dolton, she also serves as
That's not the audio. I was
supervisor
trying to find the trustee audio really quick.
I think it's in there as town hall update.
Let's see here.
Trustee Jerry Jones was on that first-class trip to New York.
Still don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
But once again, I don't have a comment.
I mean, it stands. Like,
So usually the trustees don't speak. Again, those 9 Inch Nails tickets in about 60 seconds. We got to get to this. The Village Board of Dolton, dear residents, on behalf of the Village of Dolton Board of Trustees, we are deeply saddened and disturbed by the events that took place at the Thornton Township Board meeting in South Holland last night. To be clear, this was not a Village of Dolton Board meeting, and none of the Village of Dolton trustees were in attendance.
Interesting.
What was it then?
Well, it was a Thornton Township board meeting, technically.
Oh, they're separating Dolton from Thornton Township.
Dalton's saying, hey, you guys think we're bad. Look at Thornton Township. We want no part of this.
he was like, low key, like, we don't have a comment. Like,
Yeah.
we were not there.
Our hearts go out to the residents who continue to witness such turmoil, and we share in your frustration and disappointment. It is truly disheartening to see our community cast in a very negative light due to the actions that do not reflect the values we stand for. Violence and chaos have no place in Dolton or Thornton Township. But that's all that seems to come out of it.
That is I associate them with chaos.
With not the residents, with the people that run it.
The only thing they accept is theft and bribery, okay? Not violence. Good Lord.
Their statement continues, as your elected officials, we want to reassure you that we remain fully committed to fostering a safe, respectful, and professional environment for all. Our priority is, and always will be, working to build a stronger and safer and more unified community for our residents and businesses. They close with this. We will continue to uphold the highest standards of leadership and work tirelessly to restore trust, stability, and progress for the Village of Dolton. Job! Job!
It's an honorable system.
You gone.
All right. We'll keep you updated what's going on down there because we got to do this.
The ticket window is open. Ticket Blitz Thursday.
On Q101.
Perhaps one of the most anticipated Ticket Blitz Thursdays ever. Not in the last year, not in the last 2 years, ever.
I think you owe me a great big apology.
Hurt myself today. You are the perfect drug, the perfect drug, the perfect drug.
Actually going to play Hurt in a minute for Lisa in Buffalo Grove. So Lisa, that 9 Inch Nails is coming for you and for all the people of Buffalo Grove that you requested it to. In the meantime, you don't need to carry your pigeon. You don't need to run to the radio station. Just text WISH, W-I-S-H, to 312-591-8300 for your chance to win 9 Inch Nails tickets at the United Center Tuesday, August 19th. Now they went on sale, and it was a chaos yesterday, and they announced a second show at the United Center. There's 2 shows now. This will be for Tuesday, August 19th from our great friends and partners, Live Nation, who help make this stuff happen.
Now I see 10 phone lines lit. I see our phones almost catching
Oh,
on
God.
fire.
I know. I just saw that.
There's so many phone calls coming in right now. So to be clear, you're not calling. There's no carrier pigeon. You don't need to tell a friend. Brian, what word are you texting to what number?
WISH to 312. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Sorry. WISH to 312-591-8300. I'm all flustered here because all the lines are going, and I've heard there's people from Buffalo Grove downstairs right now in the lobby. Okay. Text WISH to 312-591-8300. That's the only way you win, and it's not a race. If you have to wait 10 minutes, it's no big deal. Just do it in 10 minutes. You got about an hour to do it, and then we'll have a new word at 9.
The person just texted fish. That's not right. So the heads up.
What other words have come in? Anything else?
I got ish.
Ish?
Also not right.
Okay.
God.
One more time, Brian. What's the word?
WISH. W-I-S-H to 312-591-8300. Text it now once for the next hour to get you 9 Inch Nails.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're almost at the halfway point of the hour of the first hour of Ticket Blitz Thursday. Again, this hour's keyword is WISH. W-I-S-H to 312-591-8300. Text for that one. And we'll have a new keyword at 9, so you have a half hour. It's not a race. If you've texted in once and you've entered, that's all you do. Next hour, you can do it again. And the next hour after that, when Lauren's here, and then when Brian Phillips, do it every hour until we tell you you've won and you don't have to text anymore. But plenty of time to do it. It's not a race. You can only enter once when we get there. Now, during that song, Cage the Elephant, Kenzie came to me in case and said, I need some cans. You guys got any cans? And the song ended before we had time to understand why Kenzie needs cans. She has a shopping cart out in front of the studio.
Okay, relax. That's not what I said.
She looks like she's taking donations for Salvation Army.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
So can you explain to us in layman's terms why you need cans? What kind of cans?
Okay, so I'm looking really any more like Latin companies. So like El Paso, Goya, La Preferida, Juanitas, like Cento, El Pato, like things like that, okay?
And cans that have what in?
Because I feel like I'm already out.
Case, I knew Case was.
Wait.
I knew Case was already
Because
confused.
No, but wait. So these brands like Goya, they can like everything. Like Goya even has like chickpeas, the enchilada sauces, green chilies, like all that kind of stuff. Like huge tomato cans. So you could have like the Cento tomato can, but you're making pasta, right? Like stuff like that. So I need like the good ones, like the 28 ounce, like when you're making a whole dinner cans, because I'm using them to make centerpieces for my son's first birthday. We are like really trying to save money this year. Only we have like 1 million family members, so the first birthday party is like really big. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
just do a small party, and I'm like, well, the second.
How do people say that again to you?
Just do a small party and save money, and not everything has to be a big deal. It's not that. It's winter, and I can't fit everyone in my home because just like pretty immediate family is 75 people.
So that can't be right.
No, I'm serious.
Well, hold on. Let's slow down with this. First case, what do you consider immediate family?
So in my family, my immediate family is my mom, my dad, and depending on when you ask me, maybe my brother.
Okay, that's 3 people.
And no aunts, uncles, grandparents that are still alive, and there's not many of them left, not immediate family.
They're secondary family.
Yeah, they're tertiary family.
Okay, well, let's see. If you do just my parents and my siblings and their kids, and then my husband's
But see,
parents.
their kids, that's already too much.
No, you can't do that.
No, Case doesn't understand this. When a kid is part of immediate family, then after that.
Yeah, you can't be like, just you come get a babysitter for my kid's first birthday.
Your brother's kid someday will not be a tertiary member of the family.
That's what you think.
Okay. So
you
immediate family.
So, like, immediate family, that's 5, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's about 20. It's about 20 just siblings, parents, kids, okay?
For both sides or just you?
For both.
Okay.
For, like, the siblings and their kids. But it's like, you can't, trust me, it's like a thing. So it has to be, like, you're really close. Like, obviously, like, both of our grandparents and then, like, cousins. And the problem is you have so many that you can't be like, well, these ones I'm a little closer to. It turns into a whole thing. You don't understand because his family here is so large because it has like branches. Like his dad had 5 siblings. Okay, so then they're like all here and they all have kids. And then my mother-in-law, her brother, so his uncle, had 5 kids and they all have like families of 5. And they're all here and like they're literally all coming. And they're awesome, but I can't have that at my house. Like I can't.
Too many people.
Yes.
I can see Case's brain exploding over this.
It's so much. We invited over 150 people to his first birthday party and we were like, no neighbors, we tightened it.
Yeah.
And this is why we had a destination wedding, because it was like, we were going to have a 700-person wedding. If it's in Chicago, we can't do it.
Okay, so Case, now hearing all that, she's not even done with the can situation.
Yeah, because I don't know what's happening with the cans.
But hold up on the
Explain
cans. Do you want to get married now?
Well,
after hearing all that.
I mean, it's not the most enticing offer I've ever heard. Luckily, most of my family's dead, and my girlfriend's family is really small.
Good Lord.
So,
I knew
She sounds like a keeper.
I don't have to worry about this.
Okay. Noted. Now we can move forward back to the cans. These cans.
I just love this. Case doesn't understand Hispanic families. Thank you. You don't.
Hey.
It's just a different life, man.
Guilty.
Exactly.
I apologize.
Okay.
Don't you dare look at me like that. Okay.
Got it.
So, anyways, I am trying to save money. So I'm basically making all of the decorations. It's like a fiesta theme. We're staying very traditional with it. And I'm making the picado banners myself. I've made a couple hundred paper flowers myself. That's when you individually pull back the tissue paper. I'm sure you've seen those big flowers. I've made all those. Centerpieces, I'm like, okay, how can I make it affordable? How can I decorate this whole thing and make it special? So I was trying to get these like Latin cans, like your enchilada sausage, your big cans of tomatoes and chilies and all that. And you can put flowers in them. So
Very
instead of
cute.
getting all these vases, like traditionally you'd probably do like a terracotta vase, but those are expensive, right? So I'm like, okay, and I've been saving them for weeks, but I can only have so many like 28-ounce cans in my family of 4. And I posted about it on my neighborhood site. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure like I could get like a handful of them. Only one person has given me a can.
Yikes.
I'm like, and I'm grateful for it, but it's just like, you guys have got to be, people got to be using cans. And my mom's like,
You were basically hoping for, I've got enough cans now, I'm good. And
Yes.
you got one can.
Because I know. I go, well, once I post this, it's going to be a slam dunk. Like, how many people are cooking this week? Probably a lot.
Charlie Brown over here, and I got a rock.
And I'm like, damn. Like, do none of y'all cook? What is going on?
I mean, you've seen people say, like, they start a GoFundMe for a football game, and they get $20,000 out of it somehow. Kenzie's got one can. She just needed some cans.
I just wanted a can. So I try to be like, affordable with it. So here's the deal. My mom goes, what you should do is call a restaurant. And I go, I will be so embarrassed if I call a restaurant and ask if I can have their empty cans. Like that's so hard to communicate. Imagine sharing all this with a restaurant.
Yeah.
Imagine sharing this story with them. They're going to hang up on me.
You have to summarize it. You have to get it down. You have to get it down to a 58-second story on the phone to a restaurant. There's no way you can do what you just did now. They will be raving. I saw Case's head explode in just 20 seconds. Some guy trying to serve somebody at a restaurant. Yeah, Mariano's here. We're over here. Come on over. You have to slow it down somehow. So Are you asking listeners to send in cans right now?
No, but like, I want to know. I mean, if you have cans, but I want to know, like, I'm tempted to call a restaurant because I'm sure they're using the larger ones. And like, my mom's right. She's like, they're not going to use like tiny cans. This will be perfect. But do you think that's horrible? Like, is that so embarrassing? I'm going to call and say that my name's Megan Haddad because I am so embarrassed to ask.
You can be my wife if you want. I mean, don't you think they have to get rid of cans?
I know, but like,
you're their solution. You pull up like a big pickup truck and they dump 900 cans. I got to think they need to get rid of cans.
But I think that like they're not going to take the time to set aside cans for me. And I just feel so embarrassed. But my mom's like, just call. And I'm like, this is as embarrassed as I was when I was like in first grade and I wanted to play veterinarian and my mom wouldn't buy me gloves. So she dropped me off at a Subway and I had to walk inside and ask for latex gloves because she refused to buy them for me. And
boy.
And she didn't even walk in with me. And that's what this reminds me of. Okay. It's so embarrassing.
Well, you should try one and see how it goes. Like, I don't know what restaurant you're going to pick, but try one restaurant. You can call them on the air live if you want.
I was going to say, Kenzie, can you please, if we're not going to call them live, can you please record the phone call?
Goodbye.
I don't even know who to call.
Ghostbusters.
Goodbye.
It's a little early, so I don't know if you can do it live. I don't know what restaurants would be open now anyway that would have cans.
My first thought was IHOP, but I don't know if
they're
have
not going to have
cans.
the cans I'm looking for.
They don't have any cans at all.
I don't understand what cans you're looking for.
Well, they need to be Latin, like themed, like Latin brand. To
Are
go
you
with
painting
the
over the cans, or are we just going to have like gross cans on our tables?
I want to hit you in the face for saying that to me. Gross cans. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. In fact, I'm going to take garbage bags and I'm going to chuck them across the table. That's obviously the concept of what's happening.
You understand it now, Case?
Yeah, you
what I like about Kenzie was that she was really reasoned and well explained there.
Goodbye.
We're going to call some restaurants and figure out get some cans, or if you have any cans you want to drop them off at the station, probably shouldn't do that.
I will meet you downstairs if you drop off cans at the station.
All right, there you go.
I'm going to end up in a van for cans.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, and Kenzie on Q101. 20 minutes left till 9 o'clock. The active keyword right now for Nine Inch Nails tickets and Ticket Blitz Thursday is the word wish. WISH. You text that to 312-591-8300 if you haven't. And that's your chance to get Nine Inch Nails tickets for the show at United Center coming up Tuesday, August 19th. A second show has been added. If you've already done this, don't do it again. One entry, that's all the computer will acknowledge. If you have done it, you have 20 minutes left, and we'll have a new keyword at 9 o'clock for another chance to enter. And if you have entered, you can enter again and again and again until you win. So keep doing it. Now, we just talked about how Kenzie's looking for cans with Hispanic brands on them to use as flower vases for Marino, her son's first birthday party in a few weeks. We have a lot of people checking in. First off, 773 checked in. Kenzie's going to kick the ass of a homeless guy for his cans later on today.
Do that.
Oh, man, I'm going to regret watching WGN News later tonight. Disgraced radio host Kenzie K.
That's not what is being discussed right now.
Also, Jim the Garbage Man checked in and said, ahoy, Kenzie. I'm doing recycling in your town of Elgin today. Mm-hmm. And I don't even see any cans in recycling. I don't think people cook anymore like you and I do.
That's how I felt after I posted it on my neighborhood page like 2 weeks ago, and I've gotten one hit on a can. I'm like, are you guys, is nobody making stuff?
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going
I have to cook every night.
In the break, we're going to try to find a restaurant, and probably of Hispanic origin if you want those brands, to get those cans from somebody. She doesn't want to call, but we're all going to call together if we can get on the air afterward.
I'm going to throw up. I can't do it.
Kenzie, I've never seen you act this way before.
I know, almost nothing stresses me out, but this is my toxic quality of my life is I force myself to do everything myself.
Yes.
I don't like to bother people. I don't like to be the problem. I don't like to call people to ask for favors.
That's why we're going to call together.
And that's why I crumble because I do everything alone, but I can't do this because now I'm asking a favor. I can't do it.
We'll find one open and we'll call soon.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.